Hi everyone, welcome back to Z Muses. I'm Zoe, and today we're going to be doing the Nope Trope book tag. This tag was started by Zoe over on Zoe's All Booked, and I will put her original video and link to her channel down below. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So the way this will work is we're going to be listing some tropes, and I will tell you how I feel about them, and there's also a question. That's the reason I decided to do it in front of my bookshelf, because I kind of wanted to see the books, because that would help me remember better. So, our first trope is eavesdropping plus miscommunication. And then the question is, name a book that you heard great things about but ended up hating. So, miscommunication trope. Not a fan, because the people, they always get on these like crazy delusions that there's these things happening. The eavesdropping and miscommunication trope is like so annoying because you just want to like shake the person and be like, you don't know that that's really what it was about. Especially like if there's like, oh, this person's saying something about this person, and then you all of a sudden think that they like you, have a crush on you, or they're plotting to murder you. Ugh, terrible. I'm not a fan of it. And a book that I heard great things about and ended up hating, though hating is a bit of a strong word, just a disclaimer, I do not have anything against this author. I will probably still pick up his books in the future, but I really did not like Frankly in Love. And I heard so many people say, it's so good. I really didn't like it. It's terrible. It was just like, no, I'm not a fan. So that, and then our next trope, the love triangle trope. And our question, name a series where you can't pick your favorite book. So the love triangle trope, I have really mixed feelings about it. Sometimes, because I like romance in books, I'm very into it, like all types of it, but sometimes love triangles really annoy me, because especially if I ship like two of the people and then like the person ends up with the other person and I get really upset about that. But sometimes it's like just confusing, like, why do you like this person? Or I don't really understand. Sometimes really good love triangles, those ones I'm like, oh, this is so good. It's like when you don't know who to choose, you're like, I don't care who the other one, who she or he ends up with. Those ones are the best love triangles. But honestly, I don't have a big problem with love triangles, but sometimes they do annoy me. Then a book series where I can't pick my favorite book. This is why I was like, I need to be next to my bookshelf so I can remember. Probably the War-Cross duology. Both of these books were so good. I cannot choose like which one I like more because they're just so good. I love this duology so much. So that's probably that one. Next is the I'm not like other girls or I didn't know I was pretty trope. And then our question, name a book that had a beautiful cover but was super boring. So yeah, I'm not a fan of this trope. I think that, especially if it just makes people seem like they really only care about your looks. And yeah, I just don't like this trope. Not a big fan of it. And then a book that had a beautiful cover but was super boring probably wouldn't be on my bookshelf. Let's just be honest here. I probably would not have it on here because I probably would not have kept it. Looking on my Goodreads to see what books I read this year and see if any of them were in that category. So a book that had a really pretty cover that turned out to be not my most favorite. I wouldn't say that it was like super boring. it was a little boring. But A Girl from Nowhere by James Maxwell, which I actually have a review on here. I wasn't a huge fan of it, but it has an amazing cover that I will probably put right here. But yeah, so that one would probably be it. The All-Consuming Love Trope and Name a Book that gave you a book hangover. So, All-Consuming Love. Probably have mixed feelings about that. I probably don't have a huge issue with it, but it depends on how I feel about the person that they fall all-consumingly in love with. Because if I like the main character and they fall in love with someone that I don't like, then I don't like it. But if it's like, oh, this could be a great relationship, and then I don't really care about the all-consuming love part. So, that's my take on that. A book that gave me book hangover was probably A Curse So Dark and Lonely. This book, I was like shocked at how much I loved it. I haven't, this was a 5-star read for me, guys. That's a big deal. So this one gave me book hangover. I had to sit for a while to process it. So yes, this one, super good. So then we have the douchebag trope, and then name a book that you had a hard time getting into but ended up loving. So the douchebag trope, kinda weird. Not a fan. It's hard to explain, I guess. The douchebag trope is hard to explain in and of itself. I had to look it up to try and figure out what it was. But it's just kind of a weird trope that I'm not fully sure how I feel about it. But yeah. So then I guess, let's see. What's a book that I had a hard time getting into but ended up loving or really liking? Back to Goodreads. Probably a book I read recently called Lovely War. The first bit, it was really slow. I still read it pretty quickly, but that's because I read like half the book in one sitting, which was like the last half of it. It was the end of the book, and I was just like, I ended up loving it, which I'll be doing a review of that, definitely for you guys, because that one was a really good read. And then lastly, share your favorite and least favorite tropes. So, let's see. Favorite tropes. I kind of like the fake dating trope a lot. It's really cute, especially if it's done right. Like one book I recently read, which I should have a review up, I think, by the time I post this video. But it's called The Upside of Falling, and that had the fake dating trope in it, and that was really cute. I really liked that one. And then, I kind of like a lot of ones that have to do with love, like enemies to lovers, friends to lovers, kind of like anything that has to do with love. I'm into romance books, but I like romance and fantasy also, because these are a lot of like fantasy books, but fantasy is my favorite genre. Least favorite tropes? Let's see here. Well, some of the ones we listed today. Yeah, I guess just the ones we listed. I can't think of some other ones right now that I didn't really like. But yeah, the miscommunication tropes drive me crazy. Ooh, I don't know what the name of this one is, but I'll just explain it. You have a best friend, and your best friend asks out your other friend, but you really like your friend. Those ones annoy me so much, because those are always so complicated, because it takes forever for the people that you actually want to get together. And so that is a very annoying trope that I do not like, because I'm just like, get them together, like, for real, and not make it all, like, complicated, like, dating your friend, and then you end up dating someone else and you like this person, but then the other two break up, and it just gets all complicated. Yeah, that's not a fun trope. So, thank you guys so much for watching this. This was really fun. Because I just recently started on booktube, I haven't been able to do a lot of these tags, but I will probably be doing more of them as they come up. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell so you know every time I post a new video. And follow me on Instagram @ZMuses. Thanks for watching. Bye!